The seeds of today's conflict were sown back in 2014, when Houthi insurgents, Shiite rebels with ties to Iran, rose against the Sunni government. They demanded lower fuel prices and a new government, taking control of Yemen's capital and largest city, Sana'a. After failed negotiations, the rebels seized the presidential palace in January 2015, leading to the resignation of President Abdrabbu Mansour Hadi and his government. In the months that followed, a coalition of Gulf states led by Saudi Arabia launched a campaign of economic isolation and airstrikes against the Houthi insurgents, with US logistical and intelligence support. The situation was further complicated when Hadi, having escaped from Sana'a, rescinded his resignation in February 2015. A Houthi advance, however, forced Hadi to flee Aden for exile in Saudi Arabia, where he continues to rule as president in exile. As the conflict escalated, Yemen became a battleground for a broader regional proxy struggle along the Sunni-Shia divide, involving Iran and Gulf states led by Saudi Arabia. In June 2015, Saudi Arabia enforced a naval blockade to prevent Iran from supplying the Houthis. Iran responded by dispatching a naval convoy, raising the risk of military escalation between the two countries. The blockade, central to the humanitarian crisis, has continued throughout the conflict. More than 25,000 airstrikes, led by Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, have caused over 19,000 civilian casualties. From 2021 to 2022, the Houthis retaliated with a spate of drone attacks on Saudi Arabia and the UAE. Today, the situation remains grim. Dialogue between the Houthis and Saudi Arabia, along with Iranian-Saudi normalization, has provided hope for a negotiated solution. However, talks have yielded little progress and have been punctuated by violence. The Southern Transitional Council, STC, has also renewed calls for an independent southern Yemeni state, complicating peace prospects, and al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, AQAP attacks have surged. Meanwhile, the humanitarian crisis has not improved. Over 21.6 million people need aid, including 11 million children, and more than 4.5 million are displaced. To summarize, the Yemen conflict is a complex web of local grievances and regional power struggles. It began with the Houthi insurgency in 2014 and has since been fueled by regional tensions, particularly between Saudi Arabia and Iran. The humanitarian crisis has continued to worsen, with little progress made in peace talks. The conflict reveals the importance of understanding regional dynamics and the far-reaching impacts of foreign interventions. It's a sobering reminder that the consequences of conflict extend far beyond the battlefield, affecting millions of lives and shaping the future of entire nations.